In order to keep your digital files streamlined, you're going to want to make sure that you clean off your desktop at least once a week. If I go longer than a week, it usually gets quite overwhelming, but I found that doing it, every Saturday or during my weekly review works pretty well. Doing it every day could be awesome too, but I haven't quite gotten there. So I'm just going to go through each of the items that are here on my desktop and just explain where they go and what I'm doing with them and how we're going to get this totally clear. So the first thing that I see here is my 90-day year workbook. Now this is something that I'm working on. It's a current project. The reason I saved it to my desktop is because I was just using it temporarily, kind of thinking about it. I hadn't looked at it yet, didn't know where I wanted to put it. But what I'm going to do is go ahead into my Dropbox files where I have a synced folder that Eric and I share. And then I have my working folder of projects I'm working on right now. And I have them organized by Learn, Do, Become, Personal Things, and Power of Moms. So this is actually a Learn, Do, Become project. So I'm going to go ahead and put this right there into that folder so that when I'm working on this project, I know I can go and find it right there. All right. Next thing I have this cute treehouse picture that my daughter made. I've already got this uploaded into WordPress because I shared it with a post on Learn to Become, but I think it'd also be good just to save to have it, and I would like to be able to search it from wherever I am. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into Evernote. But then as I think about it, I realize, I've already got this on my phone as well. I can just stick it into Evernote from my phone. So that's probably a little bit easier than right now just jumping up and opening it. So I'm just going to go ahead and move this one to the trash because I don't need to do that. Okay, now I end up with a whole lot of photos. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to select all the pictures that I've saved to my desktop because I was working on a particular project. Maybe they were in Evernote and I needed to put them down to my desktop in order to make it work. But I've got all the ones I'm clicking right now are already in Evernote and I don't need to worry about it. And some of these are ones that I had used for a post. So just kind of go through, do some quick checks. If I've got backups on all of these, there's no need for me to save them at all. So I'm just going to click, 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 go through all of these. And typically I could do a better job of just deleting these while I'm working on that project, like I did an affiliate promotion for Money Saving Mom. This is the image I used. I could have just deleted that much more quickly, but I didn't. So, okay. So then I'm just going to kind of scroll down, see what else I can get rid of, things I needed just for quick purposes there. And I think we're good. Almost to the end. Yeah, all of these I have extras. All right, so all those are just going to go to the trash. That'll be pretty simple. Now this is where it starts getting a little bit tricky, and I'm going to just arrange it by name. Let's get these up here again. Now we have some of these larger files, and we need to decide, well, where are we going to put them, and do we need them again? So I'm going to go ahead and start up here at the top left. This is my daughter's audio for a program that she's created for teenagers or children who are trying to eat healthfully and be able to overcome childhood obesity. Super exciting. I love this. So she's put this together and I have this audio. It's already up in Libsyn. It's already in her program. I don't necessarily need this file, but it's something that I think I would like to keep. And I'm not sure if I want it to be in our long-term storage or if I want to put it into Dropbox storage or both. I'm just not sure. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my Dropbox and I'm going to put this in the appropriate spot. Now, actually, this is one of the kids' working folders. This isn't something I necessarily need to take care of. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this into Aaliyah's folder. Didn't quite fit. Okay, there we go. And then let's go back and look and see what's next. Aaliyah also is working on this computer project where she put together a whole PowerPoint explaining her experience gaining weight and having some of those challenges. So I need to work with her on what's already in the folder and where she wants to put these things. But okay, it already exists. We're going to go ahead and keep both just in case. I'm not sure what's going on there. All right, next I've got this decision-making matrix, which we've already put into our customer hub where we're talking, that's our membership that we're currently using, and that's already accessible to people who are in our STEP program. And this is one of my working folders, things I've been doing right now. So I'm going to go ahead and just put that into my Learn, Do, Become. And I could actually just, since a lot of this is going to go into my working folder right now, I'm just going to resize these so I can easily go and get them there. Okay. So now I've got a couple of images, before and afters, from one of our participants in the program, and I want to be able to save these. I've kind of repositioned them a little bit and resized them. Actually, that one was her original, which I already have, but this one I did resize up here. So I'm going to want to put that into Evernote. I will just leave that there for a second. All right, now this is a podcast that is going up on Monday. So I'm going to actually leave this here on my desktop because this is on my task list to actually get this going in the next day or so. So it's not really worth it for me to move it around. I don't think there's much of a problem there. But this MP4 version I don't need, so get rid of that. Now, Eric and I put together an Excel sheet to keep track of our routines and responsibilities maintaining our website. This is something that we're going to be revisiting soon, but it's still a work in progress. So I'm just going to move this to my Learn to Become. Actually, yeah, I'll just keep this because if Eric needed to access it without me, then I would go ahead and put it in our shared folder. Remember back over here, I've got April's working folder and then our shared one, but he's not going to work on that without me. So I'm just going to go stick it in there. All right, now these saved calls, this is where when I do a recording, it will go right there straight from our call recorder. So I had a meeting with my coach, Dina. She's fantastic. And I made a backup of my podcast with Amy Porterfield. These are some I'm not quite sure what I'm doing with them yet. I'm going to go ahead and just leave them here in saved calls. I could move them over to my working folder here in Dropbox, but I'm actually just going to leave them on the desktop because this is something that I will be doing in the next day or so. So I'll decide on that soon. And I'm totally fine having some things I'm leaving on my desktop. I don't have to have everything processed. I just want to know, are the things that I'm going to need to access from my phone, or the things that really I'm never going to need to access again, or the things that I will go looking for if I need them, have they been removed from the desktop? All right, and then I just come look here. Sometimes I just make screenshots in order to email things to people, like the settings for our mom conference recordings. That one's done. Or I made a screenshot of this image and asked Danielle if she could post this within our customer hub so people could kind of see a picture of it. But I can either make that again if I needed it, but I don't think I will. Same thing here. I was making just a few different photos, so that's fine. All right, so I've just repositioned this and just wanted to show you the last few things that are on here, and then we're done. So there was a nice comment that my friend Shelly posted on my Facebook page, and I wanted to save that. So that's going to go into my Evernote under Journal Keeps. I just have a little spot in there to put nice screenshots for things I find that are kind. And then I also keep some screenshots from some good questions that people had maybe on our live webinars, or as we're talking about different programs I'm promoting and things like that. So I actually have a note just for webinar comments, and I'll go ahead and just put those into that note. And then there was a really great testimonial that Michelle had posted inside the Facebook group, and I just screenshotted that. And so those are going to go into my Evernote where I keep those testimonials. Now, I'm not going to open my Evernote right now because there's some personal ones that were showing up as I was trying to walk through it. I don't want to show people's email addresses or any of that private information. So I try to only have things available that are in public places. And then that way it's not intruding on anyone's personal information. So now as we look at that, once I move those things to Evernote, the only thing I'm going to have left are these saved calls that I'm working on right now and this audio that I'm going to be putting in for the podcast Monday. So that's it. Then my desktop is going to be totally clear and I can move forward and keep these files streamlined. I can locate anything I need and it saves my life. And no video about cleaning off a desktop is complete without the final image of a totally clear desktop. So here it is. I do have those 2 files that I'm actually working on. We're deciding on that right now, so I'm not worried about that. But otherwise, everything is safe. It's either in Evernote, it's in Dropbox, it's categorized appropriately. I can find it if I need it, and I can totally breathe. So I hope that was helpful. Thanks so much.